right, it's been about almost a week now with the Switch 2. I spent a lot of time with the console. I spent a lot of time playing all the games I wanted to play, all the games I thought I was going to enjoy. And funnily enough, I think one of the biggest strong suits of the Switch 2 is something that people don't even talk about as much as they used to. So so this is a kind of conversation about the Switch 2, what I feel about the Switch 2. Who exactly is the Switch 2 for to begin with in the first place? $450 or 400 quid isn't a good price for some people. I think that's just where we're at right now with just prices of things and technology in general. So let's just start off with the Switch 2. What do I personally think about the Switch 2 as a console? Well, there are two types of people who are going to get the Switch 2. You're either going to have person A, who already has a Switch library, who enjoys playing Nintendo Switch, and makes perfect sense to jump to the Switch 2, because what we've all been asking for as Switch owners is, I want a console that can play the games I currently have better, not gimped, better resolution, better performance, better frame rate, and that's what we're currently seeing with the Switch 2. We're even seeing something so uncanny with the Switch 2, whereby almost every single backwards compatibility game is working flawlessly without any additional updates or patch going into it, which is amazing. So that's person A. Then you have person B, who is someone who doesn't have a Switch library, who's always been peculiar about the Switch, who's always been curious about, oh hey, I'm not really big into Mario, I'm not really big into Zelda, I'm not really into Mario Kart or Splatoon or whatever, but I do like the sound of the Switch 2. It sounds like a perfectly competent console that I can play handheld and docked. I'm going to get that. You either fall into one of these two categories, and if you fall into any of these two, you're probably going to buy the Switch. The problem is, I don't even think it's a problem per se, I just think people have a very weird misunderstanding about the Switch as a console. I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to PC gamers, and this isn't throwing any shade at anyone, but I think there's a lot of comparison between the Switch 2 and the likes of the ROG Ally X or the new ROG Xbox Ally X or the Steam Deck as a PC handheld. And while they don't exactly do the exact same thing, they don't even talk to the exact same crowd. Like, look, I'm someone who has a gaming PC. I have a 4070 gaming PC. My CPU is gimped, but that's going to change every now. That's going to change soon. As a PC gamer who also, as a gamer who has a PC gaming machine and variety of the consoles, I want the experience Nintendo provides with its first-party library. I like the idea of me having a handheld portable console, and I don't want to deal with the configuration I deal with already sitting down on the desk while I'm trying to play on the couch. When it comes to sitting on the couch, I just want something simple. I just want something that's put in, gets it done, gets it out of the way, moves ahead, and we move on. That's why the Switch 2 is so compelling. That's why the Switch 2 has sold 3.5 million units within the space of 4 days. I'm not making this shit up. Check the internet, check everywhere, you'll see it. Now, with that being said, the Switch 2 as a console, like I've said before, and like I said previously, I'll just get this. I love the form factor of this console. I love just how it's the same width, it's the same thickness as the Switch 1, but I just love a console with this form factor whereby it's big. This is 7.9 inches currently. This is 7.9 inches currently of screen real estate, gaming real estate on this screen, and this console plays well. The games I like playing on this console, I've even been looking for other Switch 1 games I've never gotten to actually play on the Switch 2, because there have been some Switch 1 games I'm like, you know what, that looks gimped, I'm not trying to get that right now, I'm not trying to play that right now. Whereas right now, this is a very compelling offer. Like, with all the showcases we had on the Xbox showcase, the PlayStation showcase, Summer Game Fest, every single game that was announced within those showcases, I'm like, this game will look good on the Switch 2. This game will be perfect on the Switch 2. Persona 4 Revival or whatever is a perfect game for this console. That's why I bought this console. I bought this console because I enjoy the Nintendo games, but I also enjoy having some particular third-party games which perform well on this console. I'm okay with losing some graphical textures or some, high fidelity graphics settings that I could have gotten on my gaming PC for the comfort of just portability and just an easy access game to play on the couch and play while I'm on the bed or while I'm traveling or something like that. That's why the Switch 2 to me is worth the price it is. Now, with that being said, it might not be worth the price to you because you just don't like Nintendo games, or you're not really into the Switch ecosystem, you're not really into Nintendo, you already have a Steam Deck, you already have a ROG Ally X, or you have other things, or you're not even into portable gaming to begin with in the first place. And I completely get that. I completely understand. But the facts remain the same. This console is going to be big. It's going to keep on being big. 3.5 million units sold globally in 4 days has never been done before. It's the very first console to reach that. It's not surprising it's the very first console to reach that point. People are going to call me shill. People are going to call me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Keep quiet, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Look, it is what it is. You could either, you don't have to agree with me, but you can't deny the facts. You can't deny the objectivity of what I'm saying here. Is there some bias of what I'm talking about because I enjoy playing the Switch 2? Maybe, but I haven't said a lie when I'm talking about this right now. So, as compared to the Switch 1, you can tell that Nintendo definitely cheaped out on a couple of things when it comes to the Switch 1. So we're talking about just the look of it. It looks dated because obviously you have the Switch 2. It's obviously smaller as well, which, I mean, goes without saying. But just looking at these two consoles, just looking at just how these two consoles operate, which they essentially operate the same way, I would never recommend you to buy the Switch 1 right now. I would never recommend you to buy this console as of right now when this console exists. Yes, it's not an OLED screen. I don't really care for having an OLED screen, especially on a handheld device, until I get one. But as of right now, it being OLED or not doesn't really matter to me. I don't even have an OLED TV at the moment right now. So there you have it, my candid perspective of the Switch 2. Who is it worth? Is it for you? Is this console, is a 450 portable handheld console meant for you? You're either in team A or, well, to be fair, you either want it or you don't. You're either a fan of Nintendo games or you're not. You're particular about it. You're curious about Nintendo games or you aren't. There's no rush to go buy this. They're very good. I mean, the stocks of this console is going to keep on being there. It's going to keep on existing. It's going to slowly get keeping better when we go into the summer, when we go into the holidays coming up this later this year. So yeah, there you have it. That's my take on the Switch 2. No nonsense, straight to the point, candid, honest. You guys make the decision yourself. Put in the comment section down below what you think about the Switch 2. If you're getting it, welcome to the family. If you're not, it is what it is. Everyone likes what they like. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope to see you soon. See you on the next one. Peace out.